It's 104.1 KRBE. I'll reintroduce myself. Tyler Frye, do the night show here in Houston, Texas on KRBE. Welcome in Tiesto. How are you, sir?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic, but it seems like you're doing a little better than I am. You got a hit song out right now called The Business, which we will get to in just a second, okay? So congrats on that.
Thank you.
But I also wanted to give you congrats on being a father. Congratulations on all that.
Yeah, it's been a great year for me, becoming a father, having a big hit.
Yeah.
Can't complain. Life is good.
Life is good. Family is good. Business is good. Everything's good.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, you've been named, do you get sick of hearing this stuff? You've been named the #1 DJ by Rolling Stone, the greatest DJ of all time by Mix Magazine. You got accolades out the wazoo. Does it ever, do you get sick of hearing it? Or you're like, I've had a pretty decent career?
No, yeah, it's it's always nice to get a compliment, I'll take it all in. So, yeah, I'm flattered by those compliments, and it's been great. Yeah, I had a decent career indeed, and so I can't complain.
To say the least.
Yeah.
When I first got this email, when this was in the works, like, hey, would you like to, interview Tiesto? And I'm like, wow. I'm like, I don't get starstruck because I've been doing this for 15 years, my career, where I've interviewed a bunch of celebrities and stars, but you're a musical icon. And I remember seeing you, and I think now I was told you live in Denver. I actually saw you in Denver years ago. I don't know when it was, but I actually paid a ticket to see you, and I was so excited to do that. And yeah, so it's come full circle here.
Yeah, that's funny. And you're in Houston now.
Yes,
I love playing in Houston. I think the crowd there is always really into dance music, and it's a very energetic crowd. So
it's funny you say that. So the guy who fills in for me on my show, he's a DJ here locally in town. DJs all over the place. His name is Noel Velasquez, and when he found out, he's like, "Oh man, can I ask one question?" I was like, "Yeah, absolutely." If you're, you inspired him. So his question to you: what type of advice would you give upcoming DJs who necessarily don't produce or make records? Do you have any advice for DJs that don't produce or make records?
Don't produce. Yeah, I mean, I think producing nowadays it's a skill, but having a vision is also a skill. And I think a lot of DJs, they work with different producers because it's definitely easier to create a vision. And I think if you have a sound or something you're going for, you can find good producers to work with and do it together. Because that's what I most of the time do nowadays. I started off being a remixer and a mashup DJ, and later on taught myself how to produce. But over the years, I worked with many producers and producers that were way better than me. So, just I get the idea of what I want, and then they take it to the next level. So I think that's the best advice I can give you.
Perfect. I'm sure he'll be happy to hear that. Thank you so much. Let's talk about how bad are you missing the crowd and the people right now? Like
really bad, really bad. Just it's been a long year, and I can't believe it's been a year. It's a big blur. I had a lot of amazing moments though, so I had a great year, but I'm dying to get back on the road and play some shows and just. Because the energy you get from the crowd, man, when you play a track, it's the best feeling. And I feel like all the music I make right now is just, I can't wait to play it. It's just sitting there on my laptop. Right.
I can't imagine, because I'm sure you got monitors on your side when you're like DJing a big crowd like that. So you can absolutely hear pretty much everything going out there in the crowd.
I have to. Like a lot of singers, they work with in-ears, and then you don't hear the crowd anymore because they have to hear their own voice, I think. But so it makes sense for singing, but for me, I really need to hear the crowd. And when I play a track and they go off, that sound pumps me up even more, and then it makes me excited.
Music festivals? Are there any music festivals that you like to play more than any other one? Is there one that really like, man, this one?
Well, no, I mean, I love most of them. I mean, music festivals are the best because there's a mix of everything. It's nice to walk around on a festival. That's probably the biggest downside for me, that I can't walk around on those festivals anymore. Just to go anonymously to a tent and be like, oh, this is a cool DJ, just check it out or something. But I used to love that, man. I used to love to go to festivals and just discover new DJs and new bands and stuff. So, yeah.
Very nice. Well, let's talk about the song, the business, your latest single. It's your first release with Atlantic Records. Top 10 Spotify right now. The song's in mostly top 10 categories like Instagram Reels. You're all over the place on TikTok. #1 at dance. So let's talk about the song, the business.
Let's talk about the business. Yeah, it's just amazing, man. I made the song last year, March, April, I think. Yeah, the beginning of April. And the lyrics were so like connecting with me. I was like, well, by June we're back into business, so let's get down to business. And everybody was dying to get out again. And
that makes sense.
Yeah, and then it didn't happen. But the song just blew up in the summer and came out in September, and then.
Yeah, I see it all over the place on. I follow a lot of Instagram per se influencers, I guess, and they're using that all over the place, like on Instagram. So.
And that's the best compliment you can get as an artist, but people really love your song and really, really go off on it. And I mean, when you see them using it on TikTok and Instagram, it's just amazing to see. I love that my music touches people in one way or the other. That's the best feeling you can have.
I think that's the one thing going through this pandemic is music really music helps in scenarios that nothing else can help. Nothing else can touch. Like music touches the soul. You feel it. And I think that's what's really awesome about music and what we kind of learned during this pandemic. And it helps heal.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Absolutely. It gives you pleasure and uplifting. I mean, especially my music, I feel like you can use in the gym. You can get pumped up for a meeting or whatever you want to do. If you play the business before you do it, I think you're gonna feel better. And then it's just like, let's go.
Yeah. How long does it take to make a song of that? Like when you start the process, how long do you think it takes to put that thing to start to finish?
It's really funny because every song is completely different. But I felt like in general the songs that come quick, like Jackie Chan, we did in a day. The Business, we did in a day. Those are always the best ones. And sometimes I'm struggling with a song for like 2 weeks, and I never get it finished, and if I ever finish it, it never turns into anything amazing. But so the good things come quick.
I was going to say, well, that's a good day's work then.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, I haven't accomplished that much in like 10 years. You did it in a day.
Well, I also nowadays, what I've learned is that if I can't finish a song in a day, I'm just going to throw it away.
Wow.
Because then it's not going to work. It needs to come quick. Okay, I have the ideas, the bass line, the kick, everything. And if it's not done at the end of the day, it's not going to be a great song. So,
that's interesting. Wow, very nice. Well, you've worked with big names in business all over. You've worked with the biggest names. I'm not even going to name them. Is there anybody that you haven't worked with yet that you would like to work with?
Well, not any names. No, I just like to work with people who are, enthusiastic to work with me as well. And I think that's the most important for a healthy collaboration. Always try to work with people who are very excited to work with you, because then you get the best out of them, and you can put the best. They get the best out of you, and then you can make the best song. So I actually rather work with people who are just starting their career, or like talented upcoming producers or songwriters, because they're so like hungry, enthusiastic, and full of energy, and it's always better. You get the best results.
Well, the business is out. Other than that, do you have anything coming up that you could talk about, or is?
No, well, we're just figuring it all out. Like we had no idea this song was going to be this big, and it's still going. So
yeah,
I mean, this weekend it hit 3 million plays a day on Spotify. So it's pretty phenomenal. And so we're just figuring it out. I got some more songs I'll be working on, and got some stuff finished. But I don't know exactly what's going to be next yet. But we're working on it.
Very nice. DJ Tiesto, this was pretty cool for me. I'm just going to be honest with you to have this conversation with you. So I appreciate you taking time out of your day and making this work the business. We love it. We're playing it. I just played it last night on my countdown. People are loving it here in Houston. So congrats on the success, your personal life and your business.
Yeah, thank you very much. It was very nice to talk to you.
Thank you, DJ Tiesto. Thank you.
Cheers.